Hello, Renee Flamont here. I know I spend a lot of time talking about how you can keep yourself safe in the future, because that's the whole reason I started this channel, remember, is I wanted to help people not ever go through this. Well, we can't help it if we've already been through it, but there's so much that we can learn and absorb to make sure we never go through it again. And people think, oh, I'll never have that happen to me again. No, it's very easy to fall into this over and over again. I had a pattern of dating these kinds of people till I broke it. In response to a video I made recently, Gary Harris, who's an illustrious member of our audience, commented, and it prompted me to want to make this video. It was in response to video 640, absolutely forgive yourself if you acted crazy. Okay, look that up. And he says very simply and very poignantly, I'm truly working on it every day, learning that our feelings are valid and we don't need validation from a narcissist. The thing I wish I could take back most is accepting second-class citizenship from a narcissist. And you can look up what I responded to him. I just mentioned, unfortunately, we can't take anything back. That's true. But we can, however, take what we know and go forward. That's an important result, I tell him, of having been with any of these kinds of people. If you take what you went through, this is how I look at what I went through, and that's why I value the experience. Because the last, I've dated them repeatedly, but the last one was such a doozy. It made me start looking it up, researching, looking at the videos, learning all of this, right? And then wanting to share it with you because I don't want anyone going through it. So the title of this video thus far is I Mark Myself Safe, because I'm thinking it's hurricane season. I live in Orlando, I'm in New Orleans, and from June 1st through November 1st, if you don't know, is hurricane season, and we all mark ourselves safe all the time. Well, I mark myself safe from narcissists ever again. And you might say, well, how do you know? How do you know? Because I've learned how to spot them. I've learned how to value myself. I don't have any hole. There is no way on God's green earth that one is going to get anywhere near me. If I even sense they may be or have tendencies towards this kind of behavior, I'm out. And you might say, well, doesn't that limit the playing field? I've had that asked to me. Doesn't that limit the playing field? Doesn't that mean that you could maybe say no to a good guy because you mistaken him for a narcissist? Yes, the answer is yes. But if he is a good guy and I mistaken him for a narcissist, what do you think a good guy's gonna do? I know plenty of good guys. I know plenty of good guys. Most of my friends are men and they're good guys. Otherwise they wouldn't be my friend. And if they had someone and they thought they were, and they didn't want to go near them, guess what they would do? They would pursue them gently, gentlemanly, politely, properly. It's called the art of pursuit, right? So if I have somebody coming on strong, trying to, come at me fast, come at me with commentary, I'm resisting a little, they're not listening and come at me anyway, that's pompous. That shows me I don't like that. I don't care if they have this disorder or not. I don't care what they're diagnosed as. I don't like that quality, which is present in someone with this disorder. They might not be diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder. And remember, there is a whole school of thought that this disorder is just a made-up word. There's a whole bunch in the medical, and it gives people an excuse to behave badly. I don't look at this disorder having had a name attached to it as giving them an excuse to behave badly. I think adults know how to behave. And if somebody's coming at you improperly, too strong, too hard, too fast, that should punctuate to you that these are red flags. And I had someone recently say, well, what do you mean? He might have just been in love with me and he's just telling me he loves me, and inside of 2 weeks, I fell in love hard. When I hear that, my ears perk up. Not because I don't think it can't be possible. Of course it can. I know couples that are married 55 years and they said they knew right away, they got married, they knew right away, and they've been blissful ever since. That's fine now that it's 50 years. But I would say to the person who falls hard and fast within 2 weeks, whoo, you might want to slow down, because whatever my romantic partner is he, so that's what my stories follow. We always say on this channel, insert your own pronoun and make the story your own. But if somebody comes on, he came on that strong, why? And you allowed him to, why? The people that allow that are, and I don't want to use the word desperate because I don't want to have a negative connotation, but they could be desperate for feeling love, desperate for the validation Gary Harris talks about in that comment. They could be desperate for that. So somebody comes along, I love you, you're the best, you're beautiful, you're everything I was looking for, and in 2 weeks the girl thinks she's in love. That makes me leery. That makes me leery for both parties. You, I wonder what's inside of you that you accepted that so fast within 2 weeks, right? Because I don't care who comes at me. I don't care who comes at me. I'm not being all in love in 2 weeks. So if the man doesn't have the patience of pursuit with me, I'll never be with anybody again. I don't move fast enough for people in this, in this world today. I don't. And I'm aware of that. But the guy, again, I know good guys, and they would pursue someone properly and take a year. I know people that just got married. That guy would have pursued that girl for a year if she made him to. Now, they fell hard, they fell fast, and they got lucky. Neither one is disordered. They're blissfully happy and married now. But he could have been a narcissist. How would she know? She told me I trusted him on the second date. She could. He's a good guy. But how does she know? How would we know? I wouldn't know if the guy's a good guy unless I got to know him. So I'm not running into anything. I want you guys to have your value in check. Have your self-respect in check. Have your self-love in check. And I want you to look at it and say, in order to mark yourself safe from a narcissist, I want you to understand and not beat yourself up if you did have one before. We can't do anything in reverse. So going back and having regret, I don't know. That doesn't do anybody any good. Look, I'm having some issues here, you guys, because I'm in a new place. You can see I'm not home, so I'm trying to set things up. But don't be hard on yourself for having put up with stuff. It's pointless. What you can do is not get caught up in it again, right? Not get caught up in it again. Either a repeat with that same person or encountering another narcissist. I'm looking out at the city of New Orleans. It's wonderful. Encountering another narcissist and going through that cycle with that person. All we can do is look forward and protect ourselves. And if that means we're using the knowledge that we learned off of this last narcissistic relationship, then look at it as a positive. I look at my relationship, as horrible as it was, as only a positive. It taught me finally. It was enough of a doozy that it taught me finally, and now I'm 56, but finally at 53, a few years ago, I learned, oh, this is a pattern. I attract these people because I'm an empath. So I'm like candy because I'll give people chances. I believe the good in people. I want to fix them. I want to help them. You hear the story, I was abandoned. You're like, oh, poor thing, because you're an empath. They see you a mile away. They zero in on you. Add to that, you're coming off something negative, which I was. I was so, again, the word desperate, which none of us like, to hear good things told to me. To hear, yes, you are it. Because the guy before him made me feel like I wasn't it. You are it, regardless of who's in your life. I sit here thinking I'm it for me, for my family, for my friends. I know that I'm perfectly okay with myself. So no one's gonna come in, oh, you're beautiful, I love you. I'll go, oh, thank you, because I'm a polite kid and my parents raised a lady. But I'm not gonna fall for it immediately and fold into another relationship that's disordered. Mark yourself safe from narcissists forever. I mark myself safe from narcissists, and I challenge you to do the same thing. Don't fall for it, even if it's the one you're dating now and you're going back in. You're not safe from the narcissist if you're going back in and giving them a bunch of chances. And you know I never tell you to leave. That's not what this is about. But if you have decided to leave and they come at you and you go back in, give that another thought. You left for a reason. And, well, I didn't leave. He discarded me. Why? And why was there a fight to begin? Like, think of all, and I made a bunch of videos in the last few weeks about seeing the truth in front of you. That's what this is about. Do not accept the second class treatment. Do not accept the ill treatment. Do not keep going back in thinking he's going to change and you're going to work it out. I wanted to make this video because that comment is very poignant, Gary. Thank you for that. And I want you guys all to mark yourself safe from narcissists. Thank you for watching. Please go ahead and hit sub, like, and share. And I will see you Wednesday.